तुल्यनिजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया एवो भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगीव यस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ So two things should be known in this world, and that is, one is I and one is non-I. I is a knower. Non-I is something which is object of knowledge. When you say I, there is a sense of knower. When you say I, anytime, at least this much you know that I am a knower, conscious being. Very simple. You will not have to ask anybody whether I am a knower or not, or whether I am a conscious being or not. You know. In fact, if you ask a question itself proves you are a conscious being. Anyway. So, I means a knower. And anything other than that knower is non-I. Entire world. And that is very evident. You don't need Vedanta for that. But Vedanta is needed when you say the I, the knower, this including the physical body. I, the knower. I am knower, Swami. You all are known. There the inquiry begins. Whether this body, physical body, should be kept in the meaning of the word I, or should be added to the meaning of non-I. And we analyzed that yes, it should be added. It is as good as the object of knowledge, like any other object in the world. You know the space, you know time, you know the physical body. In fact, modern time and space and other things, you know about your body very much. If I tell you about any object in the world, you may write few things. About your physical body, you can write many things. How many things how it has undergone so many changes in the past, everything you can tell. Right? Therefore, you are the knower, and the physical body is object of knowledge. And knowing that, one should not change the language. Yeah. Changing language creates awkwardness. The person, one Swami came to Coimbatore, and at that time I was in Coimbatore in 2003. And he said, how are you, Swami? Fine. When did you come? Oh, this body has come from Coimbatore station in the morning. So whenever I meet him, he always says like that. I just called him, where are you, Swami? I want to meet. Oh, this body is in dining hall. Yeah, what is this? I stopped talking to him. You have not to show. An actor never tells in a movie, right, and shooting going on, he never tells that, well, oh, I'm not a beggar, I'm a Amitabh Bachchan or whatever. He never says. He goes with that. Identifying with the role, he goes. Same way you identify with the body and do transactions. You need not have to tell. Now, since Swami, I am Muktatmananda, I heard, therefore now henceforth I will change my language. Never tell. People will not talk to you. In fact, you become object of mockery. Not. keep going. But the separation between you, the knower, and the body, the object of knowledge, that separation, the distance, is a cognitive distance. It's not a distance in space. Please understand. One person asked me after listening to this, that Swamiji, this is object of knowledge and I am knower. I want to see the distance between that. It's a cognitive distance. The distance a actor and a role. The distance between actor and role is not a physical distance. It's a distance of a cognitive distance. Yeah. Cognitive distance. Because one of the distance is in terms of ignorance also. Yeah. Ignorance creates a distance as good as physical distance. As good as. Yeah. The 10th man doesn't know 10th man. I tell the story. The distance between a 10th man and 10th man is not a physical distance. Sometimes the object is very much there, especially it happens with the male members. He wants to go to the office and his specs also. Yeah. There's a nice example. Let me give this example. The distance between me and my specs is in terms of, I'm searching everywhere, but actually it is right here, right? So distance in terms of ignorance is created, it creates a distance in terms of ignorance, and therefore, same way here, between you, the knower, and the physical body, the object of knowledge, the distance is not a physical distance, it's a cognitive distance. Yeah. And I want to make it clear. And here, then that, we say, I am not even sense organs, I am not a sense organs. Then I said, I am not even mind, even though it's an experience. I am not the mind, because it's basically everyone says experientially, whatever be the thought, that is me. The thought of anger means I am angry, thought of jealousy means I am jealous, thought of worry, that I am worried, etc., etc. So that's everyone's experience, and therefore majority have this kind of experience, but then the conclusion based on the experience is not wrong. Conclusion based on experience is generally wrong. If anybody doesn't have a knowledge of science, he will commit this mistake. There is a experience of the sunrise and everything I told you, experience of twinkle stars, experience of twinkle stars, and they come in, they appear in the night and they go away during the day and all that. It's not true, and they are not twinkle. They are small objects. They are even bigger than our solar systems. Yeah. And therefore, experientially but knowledge-wise you may not know. So here, experientially that, there is a thought of anger, therefore I am angry. That's not correct. Vedanta is another science which tells you, that's not correct. Because basically, somebody came to me and I said, Swami, I am very much disturbed, and you give me some mantra or something, I get some peace. Then I said, I don't look, you don't look like you are very disturbed. I feel that you are quite silent person. He said, no, I have come to you and I am asking you, I am very much disturbed, I am restless right now, and so tell me something or give me some mantra by which I become like, very quiet person, etc. I gain some peace. I said, no, you are absolutely at peace and you are silent now. Then I see his face has changed. Now instead of Swami, he said, Swami, I am telling you, not only I am restless, now I am getting angry also. So then I said, how do you know that you are restless or disturbed? I know my restless mind. Look at that. I know my restless mind. I know my disturbed mind. Therefore I am saying. I said, there is a storm, and in a storm you see a tree which is restless. Will you say you are restless? No, there is a tree which is restless. Why should I say I am restless? So if the way you see the tree which is restless and you don't want to take yourself as a restless, say you know restless mind also. Why should you tell that you are restless? I don't know. Again, it's a subject-object mistake. Could you follow what I am saying? It's a subject-object mistake. A thought occurs in your mind is also known to you, and a thought goes away, that also is known to you. That's how we allow other person. Now I am free from anger, come inside. Or you are getting angry, you tell, leave or I will leave. You leave. So you know very well what is going on. In fact, sometimes it happens so that person becomes, you see something which is very astonishing. And you meet a person which you have never expected. You have not seen him since 15 years, and you suddenly see him in front of you. And you see that, you become, you are not able to think even. So you say afterwards, oh, for a moment, Swamiji, there was no thought. I was, as though became totally free from the thought. So even thought was there, you are there. But thought was not there, also you are very much there. Could you follow what I am saying? Not that if you are the thought, if you are the mind, well, thought is gone, you are gone. That's not the case. That's not the case. And therefore, basically, thought is there, you are there. Thought is not there, you are very much there to pick up new thought. You are very much there. So you light up the thought, etc. And moreover, I am restless, etc. That statement you cannot make. If the mind that is restless, which is unknown to you. If mind is restless and you don't know that the mind is restless, you will not say I am restless. And if you know that the mind is restless, then also you will not say I am restless. Why should you say? Because it's mind that is restless.
Yes.
But therefore when you say I am restless, definitely it's a mistake of taking the object or the attribute of the object as the attribute of the subject. It's all the way subject, object, error, all. That's how we commit subject object. Therefore I am not mind. Mind is also non. Manobuddhankara, Chitta. I will explain, but I am going along with the verses. Somebody may feel that only 4 classes and he has not yet started. But you will see that the whole thing is covered. So I want to go independently first. Then we will come to the verses. And then, I am memory, Swami. I am memory, recollection. Recollection definitely indicates that you collected before. Recollection is what? You have collected and now it has come to the surface in your mind. So when you were collected, memory was not born, recollection is not there. When you were collected, you were there or not? You were there. Even memory was not there of a given thing. You were very much there. And the collection of a memory happens, you collect in terms of different impressions. Like you are seeing me right now. Some of you may be seeing me for the first time, suppose. And therefore, in this experience, you have certain impressions now of me. So even if you go home, or you just close eyes and you will see me in the mind. That's called impression. Do you follow? In the mind, from the experience, an impression is born. And that impression again comes to the surface when you see me. He's the same Swami. That's called recollection. So when you have not collected it also, in terms of experiences, you were there. At the time of collection from the experiences, you were there. And now you are recollecting also, you are very much there. It's not that if you are a memory, with the memory you are born. Memory is gone, you are gone. That's not the case. You are able to tell also that Swamiji, I am losing my memory. People are saying, I am losing my memory. I don't remember people's names. It happens that even old people, especially women, before cooking and etc., they go and bring their certain vegetables from the refrigerator, and they sometimes forget to close the door. And so and then they complain when Swami comes, well, Swamiji, now I am old, and therefore basically I am losing a lot of my memory. So you are able to objectify, and there are people who take medicines for making memory sharp and or regain, etc. And they say also, Swamiji, now I'm able to remember a lot of things because I have regained the memory, etc. So that shows what? It's all object of knowledge. You have gained, you know very well. You have sharp memory, you know very well. You have lost, you know very well. You have regained, you know very well. So memory comes and goes, etc. But you are very much there to objectify. And therefore, your memory also is not correct. Right? It's object of knowledge. Then, Swami, I always I give an introduction to others that I am a doctor. I am a chemist, I am a pharmacist, I am a lawyer. And therefore, that is the IEs. Well, these are all various disciplines of knowledge you have gathered. And before you gathered, you were there or not? You were very much there. Nobody is born lawyer, right? Nobody is born engineer. In course of time, you have gathered knowledge, but you were very much there, even before that. If you are the particular field of knowledge, means you are born with that knowledge. Knowledge is also born, you are born. It's not the case. In fact, you know also how much you know. Very well. That's how people try to know more, because they know if we don't acquire a certain skills in that knowledge, you may lose a job. And therefore you try to enhance your skills in that knowledge. So all this, it's quite object of knowledge for you. We call intellect. Knowledge is intellect. So I'm not memory, I'm not knowledge, intellect. Because I know what I know very well. But Swami, one thing you are saying, you are saying that I'm not born with that, I later acquired and all that, therefore I'm not that, etc. When even it was not there, you were very much there. Therefore, definitely you are quite distinct from that, you are a knower of that. But one thing which I am born with, and that is ignorance. Therefore, I am ignorant. I am ignorance. If you are ignorance, you will not even make a statement, I am ignorance. Okay? To say I am ignorance, is that much you know or not? Yeah. You know that this I am ignorance. If you are really by nature ignorance, not an iota of knowledge should be there. Even this much also knowledge should not be there, that I am ignorance. But you know. Yes, with respect to certain areas of disciplines, you say I don't know. Certain areas of knowledge, you say I know. So you know what you know. You know what you don't know. So you are very distinct, you are knower. Do you follow? Now, we started with these two categories. Now I want your input, okay? So these two categories we started with I, non-I. Now after Vedantic inquiry, well, not just world is this object of knowledge, non-I, even body, mind, senses, and mind means emotions, and memory, and then intellect, and even ignorance, all are objects of knowledge, right? All objects of knowledge, I am just knower. I am just knower. Basically, I am knower. Then you can also say I am a knower. You can also say I am a knower of, means you will say I am a knower of my body, my senses, my memory, my knowledge, etc., etc. Everyone can say here that basically I am a knower. I am knower of what? Knower of one's body, one's mind, senses, memory, everything. Ignorance, etc. So how many knowers are there? How many eyes are there? Eyes, not eyes. How many eyes are there? Even if I make an ant speak, ant will also say I am a knower. I am a knower. It will tell in its own words. I am knower of something. It will tell, right? Knower of its body, its mind, its senses. If I am able to make speak a monkey will also say the same. I am knower of my body, my mind, my senses. How many knowers are there? My God. As many eyes are there, as many knowers. What is the difference between, now here there are 40, 50 people. What is the difference between one knower, I, and another knower, I? Please let me know.
We are all souls.
That's not those other words. Just tell me, not souls and Brahman and this, we forget about everything. Going systematically, slowly.
Cognitive difference.
What is the difference? Really, by which you can say, Swami, you are knower and I am also knower, but there is a difference between I knower and you knower. There is a difference.
Knowledge we go on.
The experiences.
Body is I or non-I? I am saying I. What's the difference between two eyes?
The knowledge perspective.
Anything which you speak, it is included in I or non-I?
Subject, object.
Non-eyes.
No difference.
I am not saying various subjects. What is the difference between one subject and another subject? Okay? Knower. What is the difference?
No difference. No difference.
Knowledge?
Mind.
No difference.
No. Now slowly everywhere. Can you find any difference in knower? All the differences exist in objects of knowledge, non-I, not in I. When you commit a mistake, you say you are different, Swamiji, I am different. You are sannyasi, I am a householder. Swami, you wear specs, I don't wear specs, etc. All difference is when you don't inquire like this, when you already commit a mistake of a subject and object, you find there is a difference in I. When you correct the mistake of a subject object, you find there is no difference existing in various I's. But when you say various, this number is there, difference is not there. Right? Nana vidhani pushpani samarpayami, we say that, you know. Do you know that? In puja we say. Vidhani means vividhani, variety. Nana means many. Sometimes you offer roses or something, right? To the Lord. Maybe all roses, let's consider that. Forget about roses, let me take this way. Here also chairs I find different. But anyway, think that all chairs are alike here. So that you cannot find a difference between one chair and the other chair. So variety is not there, but number is there. Clear?
Yes.
Same way, there is no difference between one eye and the other eye, the noble subject, but there is definitely number. Variety is not there, difference is not there, but number is there. And means that shows there are many eyes. If there are many eyes, there is no more Vedanta. Right? Therefore, this Swami says he is Vedanti, but he is proving many Atmas, many subjects. Forget about it. We have to go further. It's not a final thing. In English, there are certain suffixes we use. There is a little more discussion now. Okay, Chidananda now appearing. So, we use in certain suffixes applied to the verb or applied to a word in English. Like, word sufficient is there, and total is there, and you apply a suffix ly, right? So, totally, sufficiently, it's an adverb. You call adverb. Adverb means which adds a meaning, more meaning to the word. That's called adverb. So, he gives me water, or he gives me juice, orange juice, sufficiently. Right? So, the sufficiently definitely is adding with more meaning to the word gives. He gives sufficiently. There are many suffixes we use to make a noun from the verb itself. Like run, to run, right? And you add er, runner. Think, thinker. Walk, walker. Now, this is not adverb, it's an adjective or a noun, let us see. Walker. Means what is the meaning of walker? One who is an agent of an action of walking. Right? Thinker. One who is thinking. So, an individual is, which is a thinker. So, you add er suffix and you can make a variety of the nouns with an agent of an action. Runner, thinker, etc. Except that cook. Yeah, the person we never say cooker. That's a different thing. That's a different thing. But cooker really cooks. But the person he says, I am a cook, he says. So that's a zero suffix, we should say. Yeah. Even though he says he has made a verb, he has made a noun from the verb, but the suffix is zero. Cook is a verb. You add zero suffix and you make a noun. Cook. Right? Which is cook. Cook means one who cooks. Anyway, but most of them he had er or something, which is an agent of action. Now here, knower. I am a knower. When can I say I am knower? Well, when I am doing an action of what? Knowing. Simple. When I am knowing, I am called knower. So, Right now, and in that there are varieties. When I am seeing, that knower is called seer. When I am hearing, I am called hearer. Doing an action of hearing, seeing, smelling, smeller, taster, etc., etc. Toucher, etc. So like that, and thinking, thinker, right? But suppose no object of knowledge is there. Think. If Swami speaks word, you say I am a hearer. Swami stops speaking. Are you here? No. No, sorry, if you are not speaking, we are hearing something else. Means still some object is there, okay? But suppose no sound is there. Think that way. Sound free zone. Sound free zone. In that, will you call yourself as a hearer? No. If any object of hearing is there, I am called hearer. If object of hearing, sound is not there, words are not there, I am no more a hearer. Means I am no more a hearer, hearer is gone, I is also gone. That is what my question is. Hearer is gone, I also is gone. I want to ask this question. Think and give me answer. Generally we say, you answer, then I will say. You answer.
Here goes I there. Here is gone, but I is there.
Who is that I? Knower means with respect to something knowing. That's the thing.
So it comes back.
In fact, you know that you are no more a hearer, okay? You are very much there to appreciate the absence of hearer at least. Am I right or wrong? Who is that I?
That's it.
Who is that I? Could you follow what I am saying? I am not gone. When sound is there, well, I am here. Sound is gone, I am content of the hearer. Seeing object of sight is there, some color, form, beautiful rose, etc., anything. Then I am a seer. If that is gone, I am content of the seer. Am I right?
Yeah.
From there only that seer arises, hearer arises, taster arises. Something is to be tasted, you give me something, and I am tasting. I am taster. If the object is gone, suppose, then I am content of the taster. I am very much there, the content. From which could you follow what I am saying? Therefore, object of knowledge is there, I am knower. Object of knowledge is gone, I am content of the knower, called knowledge, consciousness. Okay? And say, the consciousness word is not you are comfortable with, I am introducing another word. Okay? Well, I am, instead of saying I am knower of the body, knower of the senses, I will use another word. I am aware of the body. Okay? I am aware of the body, aware of the senses, aware of my emotions, aware of my memory, aware of my knowledge, intellect, aware of ignorance. Okay? So I am aware. And everything is object of awareness. Okay? Now, object of awareness, which I used initially for that object of knowledge, that is gone, the awarer is gone, I am content of the awarer. Okay? Content of the awarer is what? Awareness. In other words, it's called consciousness. Clear? Is it clear now? Is it clear? Therefore, I am consciousness. Now we have to go this long way. Chidananda. Chit means consciousness. Now I am putting it a little differently. Sound is there, hearer is there, consciousness is there. Clear? Without consciousness, hearer cannot be. Hearer gone, but then content is there. Hearer, whether hearer is a conscious being or not, conscious being, you know very well. Anyway, so sound is there, hearer is there, consciousness is there. Sound is gone, hearer is gone, consciousness. Could you follow? Consciousness. Smell is there, smeller is there, consciousness, I is there. Smell is gone, smeller is gone, consciousness is I. Clear? I, the consciousness is there. Same way, taste is there and taster is there. If both are gone, yet I am consciousness. Still there. Could you follow what I am saying?
Yes.
Therefore, basically now in between entity that I am removing. In Gujarati they call bachetio. So I am removing it. I am putting directly for some purpose. Sound is there, consciousness is there. Okay? Here of course we have to believe it. You have to accept it. Sound is there, consciousness is there. Sound is not there, consciousness is that's what I wanted from you. Sound is, I consciousness is. Sound is not, consciousness is. It's a big thing. You are saying something which is very big. It's a foundation for the Vedanta. Yeah. It reveals a certain glory about you. Sound is consciousness is. Sound is not consciousness is. Smell is consciousness is. Smell is not consciousness is. If smell is, suddenly smell is gone, consciousness is gone. Then who says that there is no smell? Who says there is no smell now? So consciousness is there. Presence of smell, absence of smell, consciousness always there. Could you follow?
Yes.
Presence of smell, consciousness is there. Absence of smell, consciousness is there. Sound, presence of sound, consciousness is there. Absence of sound, consciousness is there. Clear? I consciousness doesn't go and come. The object, the non-I, comes and goes. I, the consciousness, never comes, never goes. Clear? This is what you are basically. You never go and come back. Okay? Even though you say, that's only how many years I am here on this earth, I will go. I don't know again in which body I will come. All this you may say. But really speaking, your truth is this. So touch, forms of touch is there, consciousness is there. Form of touch is gone, consciousness is there. Yeah. So when consciousness is gone, to say consciousness is gone, what is required? Consciousness is required. Try to prove the absence of consciousness without consciousness. Try it. I negate something. One who negates everything, that negator can never be negated. No, we are negating the negator. Then you means you are required the negator, okay? You cannot get it out. It's consciousness. The reality of you is this. It's called Chit in Chidananda. We have to prove Ananda, right? We have to go ahead. This is regarding the objects. Now come to the body. Thought is, consciousness is. Thought is not, consciousness is. Yeah? But Swamiji, I want to acquire that thoughtless state. Thoughtless state. Yeah. Silence. Then I can show you some technique by which you can do that. Yeah. But you will be there, even in a thoughtless state. Then you will come out and say, Swamiji, your technique worked. I am free from thoughts. But if what I am saying, thought is, consciousness is. Thought, absence of thought, consciousness is. Amazing. And technique, sorry, please tell technique. Yeah, you don't talk to yourself. That's it. Nothing else. The way you sometimes decide, right? I will not talk to anybody. External silence. Say we don't talk to yourself. You keep talking so much inside. Yeah. Just stop it. Really? Try. Try afterwards, not now. Try afterwards. Just that you decide for a moment. Let's say for 5 minutes. I will not talk to myself. The morning onwards you start. Let me do brush. Let me do this. Let me do this. Now it's a time. It's 7 o'clock. Isn't it? Today I have to go to that Swami. He's coming here. Inside. If you stop talking, thoughts are gone. All thoughts are your own talks to yourself. Nothing else. Or do a antakumbha. This is called antakumbha. Antakumbha means you breathe in, but don't breathe out. You breathe in and don't breathe out. Then you find that now, my God, Once you release, thinking starts. Till then, no more thoughts. You are very much there in absence of the thought. Such a big thing. You are searching silence everywhere in the world. Swamiji, where shall I go for silence? You are silence. Yeah. Really. What you love, the peace or silence, is yourself. But anyway, we'll come to that later. But my point is, thought is consciousnesses. Thought is not consciousnesses. Anyway, so in awareness, well, basically, is the thought. In awareness or in consciousness is the thought. Okay? Because thought is consciousnesses. Thought is not consciousnesses. When thought resolves consciousnesses, means in consciousness is there a thought. Because you cannot prove the thought without consciousness. So thought arises in consciousness, thought subsides in consciousness. So in consciousness is the thought. And even when the thought goes, consciousness remains. Now I will give you the example. Sound is consciousnesses. Taste is consciousnesses. Sound is not consciousnesses. Taste is consciousnesses. Taste is not consciousnesses. Reveals something. One is of a higher reality. Other is of a lower order of reality. It is exactly like wave is, water is. Wave is not. Water is. I mean, one example is not enough. Go another word. Like, our ring is, bangle is. Okay. Bangle is, gold is. Bangle is not. Sound is, consciousness is. Sound is not. Consciousness is. My God. What is more real between bangle and gold? What is more real between wave and water? Water is self-existing. Can I say that? Self-existing. For water to exist, it has not to depend upon wave. Wave is not self-existing. Wave is existing on account of. In fact, the very easiness of the wave belongs to. Look at that. Between I and non-I, one is more real, other is not so real. We don't deny it. We never deny chain and bangles and everything. Definitely not. No one wears gold. Somebody, I'm wearing gold on necklace. You should not say. You should say, I'm wearing chain. Necklace on the neck. So definitely it has certain reality. We don't deny it. But not as real as the world. Am I right? The very all forms in a jewelry shop exist on account of one thing. Entire golden world. Right? Standing in the middle of the jewelry shop, you can say all that is there is just one thing. Right? Anyway, so this is regarding consciousness and consciousness. Now go further. Space. Sorry, there is space. Well, space is consciousnesses. Naturally. Who says there is space? Conscious being says. Therefore, space is consciousnesses. Space is not. Consciousness is. In a deep sleep state, there is no space, no time, no objects. Could you follow what I'm saying? No time, no space, no objects. You are very much there. No, Swamiji, space also is there and I consciousness also is there. If space is there, then definitely it is revealed by the consciousness, like in a waking state. And therefore, in a deep sleep state, you are not able to appreciate or you are not conscious of the space. Space is not revealed. That shows that there is absence of space. So basically, I am consciousness, basically, who exists in absence of space also. So space is I consciousness is. Space is not consciousness. Exactly like thought and other things. Thought is consciousness is. Thought is not consciousness is. Time is consciousness is. Who is aware of time? Time is not consciousness is. Time resolves. Time is of course myth. You should ask to a scientist more than me. Space and time are proven now, not an absolute thing. But anyway, we don't go into that. So time is consciousness is in a deep sleep state. No more time. When you wake up, then again time. But before that, in deep sleep state, no time. So I consciousness exists in absence of space and time. Very big. If I exist in absence of space, what's my dimension? Anything which has a dimension is always existing in space.
In space.
Anything which has a form, dimension, anything, starting from huge galaxies and everything, all exist in space. If you exist even in absence of space, space cannot exist independent of you because space is consciousness is. I told you already. So space exists on account of you. You exist independently of the space. Therefore, what's your dimension? Wave is water is. Come back again. Wave is water is. Wave is not water is. Means anywhere, wherever the wave is, water is pervading it. Right? Same way space is consciousness is. Space is not consciousness is. Means I basically pervade the space, reveal the space, that's how it becomes the object of knowledge, etc. Therefore, what is my dimension?
Infinite.
No dimension.
No dimension.
No dimension. Therefore, we say, this I, the consciousness, basically has no form. Any form has a dimension, exists in space. If I exist independent of space, self-existing consciousness, then therefore I don't have any dimension. Therefore, I, the consciousness, has no breadth, no length, no above, no below, nothing, no sides. Could you follow what I'm saying? If you say, no, Swamiji, I see I, the consciousness, has some form. You have already made it an object of knowledge. Okay? So, already object of consciousness. I am talking about I, the consciousness, is basically limitless. Specially limitless in terms of space. Specially limitless consciousness. Now, what is the distance between space and I consciousness? People have become serious now. What is the distance between wave and water? I gave you an example. What is the distance between a chain and gold?
No distance.
No specificity.
Anything which borrows existence from a given thing cannot have any distance. It is totally non-separate from that thing. So space is consciousness is, the existence of space is proven in consciousness, like the existence of a thought is proven in consciousness, existence of hearing, sound, everything is proven in consciousness. Same way existence of space is proven in consciousness. Existence of time is proven in consciousness. You follow what I am saying? Therefore I am timeless consciousness. But anyway, so space, what is the distance between space and I? Consciousness, no distance. What is the distance between a sun and space? No distance, right? No distance. What is the distance between sun in a space and the sun in consciousness? No distance. So sun along with the space exists in consciousness. Clear? I am consciousness chip, in which the whole world, sun, moon, earth, anything when you say, somebody sun is, sun consciousness is, moon is, moon consciousness is. I am the consciousness which is invariably present in entire world. The way the gold is invariably present in all variable organisms. Clear? Is it clear? So therefore the entire world exists in consciousness. The very existence of anything in this world is in I consciousness. This can be appreciated when you have placed I in consciousness and not placed I in the body. If you say something, how can whole world exist in I? Over. I have to go back again that I am not physical body. Okay? If you say something, I am this, how can world exist in I? Over. The very physical body also. Like, okay, come to the physical body now. Is this physical body is in space or not?
Yes.
It is in space. That physical body is in space?
Yes.
That physical body is in space? Yes.
Yes.
Right. All physical body exists in space, and all physical body along with space exists in
Consciousness.
Therefore, where are you? I'm not asking you where you are. Where are you? Are you in the body or body is in I consciousness? Tell me. That is how consciousness is called all pervasive. This is called I am all pervading consciousness. Right? I'm all pervading consciousness, all pervading what? Pervading entire Jagat, which has a less reality compared to I. Clear? Therefore, I am whole. Because nothing can divide me. Nothing can divide. No waves can divide matter. Two forms exist in space, while both the forms exist in consciousness and the space also exists in consciousness. Therefore, I am whole. That's how they call it. That is what we say, Purnamada, Purnamidam. Aham Purna. I am whole, etc. Anyway, there cannot be two limitless consciousness. That's how in English also there is no plural for consciousness. You may not have heard word consciousnesses. There's no plural. Now tell me, how many eyes are there? How many eyes, really speaking? But then earlier you as a knower, you were saying man. Yes.
Yeah.
With respect to mind, which I have to discuss, I will come to that a little later. Yeah. Which I have to tell you. But in reality, well, so-called all knowers also exist in one consciousness. And you feel that so the whole world exists in consciousness, therefore I should be conscious of everything. I should be conscious of what is happening right now in my home also. If something is happening in my home, I should know right now because you say everything is in consciousness. Well, certain things are outside mind, not outside consciousness. Things are outside mind. The things which have entered into your mind, you know. In fact, your mind basically proves an unknown thing as a known. That's it. Unknown thing is proven known through your mind. And there are many things, the whole world doesn't exist in the mind, it is good. In fact, it's a traffic jam. In fact, there are sometimes lot of things are there in mind. We want to get rid of it. So Ishvara has done good arrangement. Few things, out of the entire world, few things are there in your mind. And daily you objectify through your mind and you know. An unknown thing becomes known. But as an unknown also it is in consciousness. Otherwise, how will you say it is unknown? Because you are conscious. Could you follow? So unknown and known both exist in things that become known and unknown. It has two status in terms of world, it's because of mind. Yeah. I can give you an example. Like there are people here in this hall, and there are many billions of people are outside this hall, outside this room. But in terms of space, everything is inside. Clear? There are people inside the room, there are people outside the room. But so far as space is concerned, everything is inside. Same way here, entire world exists in consciousness, starting from the body, the mind, the senses, all they are proven existent in consciousness. Their consciousness pervades everything. Consciousness is whole, and that is called Brahman in a Shastra. So I am Brahman, limitless consciousness, including time and space. Entire world, well, definitely including time and space, exists in consciousness, that is I. And that wholeness of I you experience in a moment of joy. You drop the sense of smallness, sense of a wanting being, well, momentarily. In a deep sleep state, you drop that sense for a length of time. If you identify with the body mind sense complex, then you will say, I am a wanting, limited being. If the identification is gone naturally in experience, well, you see yourself a whole being. Therefore, in a deep sleep state, it's a joy for the entire humanity, for everybody. Why humanity? For every jiva. When it goes to a deep sleep state, well, there is a uniform experience of a joy. And in a deep sleep state, there is no difference. A beggar sleep and a king sleep, before they go to sleep, different. When they go to sleep, because disidentification with the body, mind, senses. Could you follow what I am saying? He is very much there. Everyone say, I only slept. When they get up, king also say, I get up. This I was there, right? I was very much there. If I also has gone to sleep, then in morning he will not say. But he said, I only went to sleep. Something has gone to sleep. That's the mind, etc. But point is, I was very much awake, even in deep sleep state, to appreciate the experience of sleep. That I was free from any limitation. I did not know anything. There was blankness. To experience that I was there. Could you follow what I am saying? Yeah. Since that I continues. That's how we are able to say, I slept, I think, around 9 o'clock. And I don't know, within few minutes I got sleep. And you tell also that the same eye is woken up. You don't say a new eye has gone. Therefore, I was very much there to have an experience of a blankness or experience of a joy. I was very much awake. That eye is this. So everyone is basically same in deep sleep state. No, there is one eye basically. There is one eye, which is whole. So what you experience in a moment of joy is wholeness. Therefore, in a moment of joy, you don't have any desire. Once you identify with this, you feel you are a wanting being, a limited being. Therefore, you want a certain desirable thing, you want a limited. And therefore, basically, Chit, the consciousness, which is whole, which is full, complete, is called Ananda. You follow? Chidananda is this. Chidananda. So Ananda, which you are experiencing in a moment of joy, in a deep sleep state, etc., is yourself. Only thing is, if you know, you will say, I am Ananda, Chidananda. If you don't know, then you will not say. So you people can say now that Ananda is the source of Ananda is me. Yeah. Now two, three things I would like to say about regarding this joy. Because ultimately everything is for joy. You know, what happens is when we fulfill desire, we feel there is a joy. Generally. We never say that, sorry, if I am source of joy, why should I have a desire for joy? That is very, very nice, question. In a given state, at any stage rather, at any stage in a human life, The unfulfilled desires outnumber fulfilled desires. Unfulfilled desires outnumber. As a child also, not that whatever he desires, she desires, all desire are fulfilled, need not be. As a child also. Right? Sometimes that's how, otherwise my child has to cry. Child cries because certain desire parents have said, no, we will not fulfill it. Like asking even chocolates also. They will not give. The child wants all chocolates and wants to eat a whole day. They know, the parents know that, well, should not be given because they will spoil the teeth or whatever. So therefore, as a child also, all your desires are not fulfilled. Then once you go to school, many desires are not fulfilled. You want to come first in all the sports. You want to come first in all the subjects. That's not. And then you grow. And then as a young person, young adult, my God, he thinks he is the best among all. Yeah. So he has certain political desires also. Political desires? In politicians should be like this. Our president should be like this. Our this should be like this. Our society should be like this. Our religious people, leaders should be like this. This should be like this. There are several desires are there. And you see that hardly they are fulfilled. Most of your desires which are unfulfilled are mutilated, bleeding. Right? Therefore, there should not be, in such a case, there should not be even a moment of joy in any human's life. Because fulfillment of desire gives joy. But at any stage you find that you have thousands of desires which are unfulfilled. Socially, politically, or your own personal choices, thousands of things are not fulfilled. Therefore, there should not be a moment of joy in any human life. Am I right or wrong? Yes. But you find that even a Swami cracks a joke. I have not cracked. Well, which desire I have fulfilled? Which of your desire I have fulfilled? You have certain desire that politicians should be like that. Have I fulfilled? Did I do like this so that the president changed, that this thing? Nothing changed. India should be like this. Economy should be like this. As if he is a consultant for all the departments. He is a secretary of all secretaries. So many, you should ask a young person, they will make you sit and talk, and talk, and talk, and talk. You meet an old person, he also will be there. He talk. What? Dissatisfaction, unfulfilled desire. Complaints are nothing but unfulfilled desires. Any stage in human life, in any stage, you should just meet. Just saying hi, hello on a trail, it's a different thing. Hi. But you become friend and then you find, he has many things or she has many things to say. Sometimes we become disillusioned later in marriage also. And therefore there should not be any moment of joy. But you see something beautiful, like a rainbow. Just, I have not seen today, but there is some rainbow. You see a bright moon. You see a child is playing on its back, and you see a child, and you become happy. You go to trail and see the beautiful, the trees, etc. You become happy. Thousands of things are there which make you happy with your unfulfilled desires. What is the source of that joy? Think. Really think. What is the source? Two things are only there. Subject, I, and I, and everything else. All your desires are pertaining to world objects. They are not fulfilled. They are there in the market or anywhere else, in the Costco or anywhere. They are lying there. Lying. You have not experienced that. Right? Then you should be unhappy because you have not fulfilled desires of the objects. Desirable objects you are not able to fulfill, and therefore they are there, then still you become happy.
Sometimes.
You are able to laugh. You have laughed in 1.5 hours, 3 or 2 hours, several times. What is the source? Could you follow what I am saying? Subject and object, two things are there. If objects have not, you have yet experienced, desirable objects you have not experienced, what is the source of joy? The self, subject. Could you follow? Only two things. There is no third thing. Therefore, fulfilled desires only give a joy. That's a wrong thing also. I fulfill a desire of getting a particular job, which I was desiring. And after joining, and then I said, how are you feeling now? He said, it's money. What should I say? Fulfilled desires give a joy. Better just analyze your experiences of the past. I need not have to. I say all this between quote unquote, okay? Many desires you have fulfilled and then you say to yourself, I have not have jumped into that. Anyway. One of the experience I have is of a mobile. I wanted a particular model of the iPhone. And and I waited for some time and then I got it. Very next day, Apple has brought out another model with more features and less price. Fulfilled design. Whenever I see that mobile, which is right here, I become happy. Yeah. And desires are unfulfilled, I will be unhappy. No, right now all your desires are pending, right? Nothing I have fulfilled. Not a single promise. Not even promised, rather. Not even I have given you a promise to fulfill. So that you become happy. What is the source? You should think. What happens in a moment of joy? That sense of inadequacy, limitations, a wanting being in terms of the world, certain things, complaining being is dropped. Momentarily drop. If you can drop from yourself, it's not you. Because you are independent of that. Could you follow? Anything which you can drop, it's not you. I gave you example, if suppose fire drops heat, then heat is not a nature of fire. But water drops, not fire. So this kind of a thing reveals that subject and object. And one more thing is there which I want to finish. And so far as the objective world is concerned, we can divide into three things. The time, place, and world. Objects with attributes. If world gives you joy, either time should give you joy, either particular place in the world should give you joy, either objects or its attribute give you joy. Because happiness is there. Suddenly happiness is lying somewhere in the world. Okay. Start with the time. Time. No, sorry, there is a time where I become happy. That particular time when I always become happy. Yeah, there is happy hour, but it's really not an happy hour. It's the most unhappy hour. Yeah? And every morning 5 o'clock somebody. That's a moment of joy for me. You wake up in the morning 5 o'clock with a lot of issues in the head. Yeah. Right? And if that is the source of joy, a particular time, it should be a source of joy for everyone. Like heat is a source of fire. Heat is felt by everyone, either in Amazon or anywhere else. That's its nature. If time basically has a nature of happiness, then that particular time should be a source of joy for everyone. It's not. For same person also it is. Whenever my son comes from, he's studying in so and so Berkeley and when he comes home, I become happy. I wish that. Sometimes it happens that we feel that he should not have taken holidays and come. All these things happen. It's simply projection of you, that there is joy there. time or place. Somebody beach. Never seen. There. Yeah. Beach is a source of all cigarette butts and cones and everything. It's not a source of joy. Yeah. Suppose some person has lost his wife on a beach. Something happened, or husband. Something happened to the person and he passed away. Now he or she just can't think of beach. Even very sandpaper gives a fear. She can't or he cannot think of sandpaper also. And if the place is a source of joy, it should be a place of joy for everyone. In fact, you go to anywhere in the world, go to even Switzerland and Belgium and this and that, and once you come home and open the door and you feel, there is nothing like our home. There is nothing like our home. So to discover that your home is a better place. What is one place, you please tell me, where the entire humanity, billions of people will tell, yeah, this is the source of joy. No. No place. And object. No object is called happiness. I have not seen in Costco. I always go to find an object called happiness. No. There are objects with a name, but there is no object called happiness, which anyone picks up and becomes joyous. No. Neither an attribute. Even if the attribute of object, like a green leaf, is a green leaf for the entire humanity. A green leaf is there, some person says, suppose it is a blue leaf, because then it may have some defect. But a green leaf, that's the attribute of an object. It should be green for? No. Same way you cannot say happiness is an attribute of object also. Entire world I have covered. Still we all are happy. Right? We all are happy. Even without acquiring them, without fulfilling desires, all that. Reveal that I may be the source of joy. But something, that's how I used to say. The spiritual person is a person who discovers joy within. Not without, within. Within is a much dirty thing. Do you think the heart is a source of joy? Kidneys is a source of joy? They try to show sometime, a person under operation and some procedure is going on and they show the relatives. My God, you would not be able to eat. Heart is source of joy, and what heartache, etc., pain arises. Kidney, my God, kidney is a place for a stone. Where is the question of anything within also? Where is joy? Without no joy, within no joy. So mind is a source of joy. Then when you are unhappy, there is no mind. In fact, there is more mind. There is more mind when there is a. That's how a person says, don't project too much. Don't project. That's how you become unhappy. Don't project. What is the source of joy? Which is not without, which is not within. Think. There is something which you are missing. Simple. That's true, but
To get happy, people change the
the
mind.
very I, for which the world outside also is object of knowledge, world within also is a object of knowledge. That I, which is subject, is my nature, is limitless consciousness. And that limitless consciousness, that limitlessness you experience in a moment of joy. That's how I is very much there in a moment of joy, but sense of limitation, wanting, being lack, etc. is not there. Right? That is how this I am Chit Chidananda Rupaha Shivaha, Aham Shivaha, that is part that is left. But now I just start with this basis. It says here, Manobuddhi Ahankara Chittani Naham. Right? I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. I am not the ahankara, which I have explained to you. And I am not this recollecting faculty, etc. Chitta. So basically, we have already seen that mind means a emoting mind, doubting mind, desiring mind. Is called same mind with a one type of functions, one types of thoughts is called mind. Another types of thoughts, the same is called intellect, deciding capability. Like doubting. Just I will give you an example. Before coming to this class, well, you say, should I go? Yeah, Chetan Bhai has told, I don't know how it will be. This Swami looks very funny also. I don't think. Anyway, let me have some fun. Let me go. No, but it's raining, and this is mind, doubting. Then you decide. Let me go. That is buddhi, deciding faculty. You follow? Same mind, but depending upon the type of functions. When it is doubting, we call manana. When it is deciding, analyzing, we call buddhi. So no mano, buddhi, ahankara. Ahankara I have to explain, which I will keeping it pending because something else I have to explain that. But you take ahankara is nothing but there is a faculty in a mind with an I thought which owns up all, everything. Even if desire arises, that ahankara says, I am a desirer. Doubt arises, you say, I am having a doubt, I am a doubter. Deciding, thought of deciding something, you say, I am deciding. So that is called ahankara. Basically, mind which is sentient. Why it is sentient, etc., I will talk to you tomorrow. The mind which is sentient has two types of thoughts. One is an I thought, one other is a this thought. I and this thought. So I thought, basically owns everything what is arising in the mind, desiring, emoting, everything. You say, I am having this emotion, etc. I am angry, etc. So basically, owning up. And it owns up everything. I am senses, I am this, etc. Also, I am physical body. That's all ahankara. So that's all the faculty of mind only. So that's called ahankara. And chitta means the recollection, etc. So you deeply, I'm thinking right now very deeply into this, a certain subject matter. That's a chitta. So all this basically is naham. Naham means I am not that. But what about they? Can I say, Swamiji, they are I or not? You have to tell me. I have given you enough examples. Yes. Wave is definitely water. Water is wave. Chain is gold. Gold is not chain. Gold is not chain. The other everywhere gold is obtaining only in the form of chain. It doesn't. Gold obtains as a ore, gold obtains as a biscuit anywhere. I mean, as a bar, but need not be. Therefore, this all thing which because I pervade everything, they all exist in I, the consciousness, therefore they are I, but I am not there. Then who am I? Chidananda Rupa. Could you follow now? Yes. Manobuddhi ahankara chittani namam Chidananda Rupa. I am Chidananda, I am limitless consciousness, appear, you can say, appear in all this mind, etc. Just as the gold appear, simply, seemingly, in this form, same way. Manobuddhi ahankara chittani naham, nacha shrotra jihve, nacha dhrana netre. Therefore, I am not even sense organs also. I am not the mind, I am not sense organs. Sense organs are I. Nacha shrotra jihve, nacha dhrana netre. Shrotra means a faculty of hearing. Shrotra jihve, faculty of taste. Right? Sense organ. Nacha shrotra jihve, nacha dhrana netre, faculty of smell. Eyes, netre, two eyes are there, therefore netre. So basically, ears are I, but I am not ears. Eyes are I, but I am not eyes. Then who am I? Chidananda Rupa Shiva. So that is why, because you have put an I sense in that and you say, you think that you are a seer, hearer, etc. That's your reality, but you are not. It's not. It's like a role playing, right? Seeing, hearing, etc. in waking state, it's like a role playing. Being just a Chidananda, I play a role of seer, hearer, etc. Depending upon situation. Object of sight is there, I am called seer. If object of hearing is there, I am called hearer. But that's not my reality. Reality is I am Chidananda. Clear? Nacha Shrotra Jipe, Nacha Dhrana Netre. Then, Nacha Vyoma Bhumi, Na Tejo Na Vayu. Not even the very cause of that. Yeah, cause of the mind, cause of the senses is what? 5 elements. Right? 5 elements are the cause. I am not even that. Nacha Vyoma. Vyoma means space. Bhumi, earth. Teja, fire. Nacha Vyoma Bhumi, Na Tejo Na Vayu. Air, etc. So basically, I am not even elements from which mind and senses are made. I am not the effect, I am not the cause. They are me, but I am not them. Who am I? Chidananda Rupaha? Shiva. Now that is fine, I am Chidananda, but I am Shiva? Well, let's wait for tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.
Thank you, Swami. Get together again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So lunch is here, I think.
Yeah.
Please pick up your boxes and